Alright guys, what's going on? It's 21 Maxwell here, and this video's a little bit different. Basically here, like FM, we like to do like holiday saves or whatnot. So I've decided with TEW to do kind of watcher series to kind of let all the companies work as the AI and basically see how the wrestling industry would be a couple of years down the line. I've got it up until the first week of April in 2020, which would be the weekend of Wrestlemania 36, as you can see there. It would have went a bit more, but unfortunately it took me probably the same amount of time to do 3 years in TW than it would take me to do 15, 16 years holiday in FM, so it's quite time consuming. So the objective here, basically, I'm just going to go through a couple of companies. Obviously a lot's changed, there'll be a couple of videos in this. We'll go through different things, like we'll go through the Hall of Immortals, Power 500s, all through WWE history, TNA history, whatnot, and whatever, because everything has changed. So I'm going to start off just going to the World Diary, and we're just going to look at, no, not the World Diary. I'm meant to be going News Archive, that's it. My apologies. I'm just going to look at everybody that's retired over the years, the kind of workers that we've lost to retirements. That's all years. And basically just see who's left the business, see if there's any big names there. We'll start off with Mascarita Sagrada, who the small luchador from Lucha Underground. Also, I would just like to remind you this update was started in July 2014. It's the same update I'm using for the TNA series. Sort of get an idea of what the kind of stats would be like for this. So he's retired. Other recognisable names: Rodney Mack, Sin Body, the Necro Butcher. Roddy Piper's just retired eventually. Doug Williams was a bit of a shocker, and that was in 2019. Likes of Ron Killens, butcheried as well. Ron Killens, I suppose, was a bit of a shock, because he'll only be about 45, 46 then. The Matt Striker, the technician one, not the one that was in WWE. What else? We got Dalip Singh, the Great Khali, retired in 2019. Vampiro, if everybody remembers him from back in the day. Lufisto was a bit of a shock. Other big names, like Brother Ray retires in 2019. And further down the line, Sexy Star went in 2019 as well. Ted DiBiase Sr., Larry Zbyszko, Tully Blanchard, Prince Ayuka. As I say, if there's any guys that I miss out, it's just purely I'm uneducated on wrestling. It'll be just more of the big names I'll know. Hulk Hogan finally packed it in 2019. Paul Ellering, Sting. Sting, it's just Sting in this update. They made a bit of a mistake with that. Bob Eaton's in there. What else we got? Justin Liger. C.W. Anderson. Stevie Richards retires in 2018. I mean, there's a lot. Balls Mahoney's in there. Toby Klein. The Alpha Male, Monty Brown. Also got Ace Steel, Chuck Palumbo. Ricky Steamboat finally packed in, working in any sort of business. The Honky Tonk Man, Alex Skipper as well, he was really good in WCW back in the day, good athlete. Chavo Guerrero's went. Dwayne Gill, famously known as Gilberg. Savio Vega, Cherry, which was a bit of a weird one that she's still in it. GR retires in 2017. Paul Levesque has retired from wrestling. He is now a commentator for AIW Wrestling, which shows how much his career's went down the pan, but we'll look into that at a future day. See else we've got: Scott Steiner, Spike Dudley, Axel Rotten, Becky Bayless. It's quite a young retirement. Retired at the age of 38, should have been 35 in game. Glenn Jacobs in 2017 as well, so a lot of these wrestlers are now non-wrestlers. I don't know if there's many that have left the business. Steve Cairns away, Jazz, Jesse Ventura. You can expect the kind of people, seeing if there's any kind of shock ones. I'd probably say Dustin Rhodes is one. Travis Tomko, we know Tomko, he's retired as well. Jeff Jarrett's in there, Tracy Smothers, Heidenreich. See what else? Mark Calloway, so The Undertaker retired in 2016. Still going down there: Gangrel, Bob Holly, Sylvester Terkay, Perry Aguero Sr., Jimmy Snuka finally packed it in 2016. And then your usual ones, your Sergeant Slaughters, Jerry Lawler, Bob Orton, Jim Duggan. Let's see what else we've got here. Melina Ruka, she retired pretty early on. I'm not saying that she's 40 in game. Jesus Christ. Sabu. What else we got? Marty Wright, so that would be the Boogeyman. I don't remember who that was there. Jake Roberts is in there. Johnny Kidd, the British wrestler. Let's see what we've got. It's more going to be kind of like Vader, people you'd expect, Raven. At the start there'll be a lot of people retiring because that's obviously people that are just past an age. You like your Ken Shamrocks, Scotty Riggs, the Sandman, for some reason, Jim Duggan and Disco Inferno's there again, Kevin Sullivan. What else we got here? Ricky Santana. So it's all your kind of older people. Mark Canterbury as well, I believe was Midian. I think that's Midian, I'm not sure if that's him or the other one. Jim Neidhart, it's sure kind of usual kind of people here that you'd expect to retire at that kind of age. Dusty Rhodes practically retired 3 weeks in. So it's just so they all go to road agent kind of stuff like that. And so you're not using them as competitive wrestlers. So that's your retirees. The other one I might look at is deaths. You know, it's never nice to see a wrestler pass away. Interestingly, went with Billy Graham. Some of the ages, a lot of them are for old age, some of them are quite short. We've not had many Kenny deaths, which has been interesting, but Butch Miller at 70, Kamala went at 64, Dory Funk Jr. at 74, Mike Adamle at 65, Nick Bonkwinkle at 80, Scott Hall was a shock one at 56, Nikolai Volkov at 67, Mel Mascaras 71, Terry Funk 71, George Steele 79, this was in 2016, Bobby Heenan went at 71, Gerald Briscoe at 69, Michael Buffer went at 71, Dave Finlay at 57, Bullet Bob Armstrong went at 76, Jerry Jarrett at 74, died after falling into a vat of liquid nitrogen, Barry Windham at 56, Greg Valentine at 66, Rip Rogers at 61, so we've got Jake Roberts at 62, Afa Ano at 75, Disco Inferno at 49, which was quite sad to see, but this is the one that really was quite gutting in the game. Mercedes KV died today in a gardening accident. She was 26, so that is Sasha Banks at 26 in game, which is a shame. Other recognisable faces: Dos Caras, Vince Russo went at 57, Marvelous Mark Rocco at 67, Jesse Ventura at 67, and more recently Howard Finkel at 65 and Tony Schiavone at 62. So I mean, that's a shame you have to look at the kind of things, but it's the kind of things that's in this game. I'm also going to look at the Hall of the Immortals. I'll go through each of them individually. We've seen Sid Vicious, Shane Douglas, Yujiro Takayama, Jun Akiyama, Terry Funk, Sting, Raven, Kevin Nash, Ken Shamrock, Vader, Rike Koshu, Minoru Suzuki, Jeff Jarrett, The Undertaker, Glenn Jacobs Kane, Paul Levesque Triple H, Hiroshi Tenzin, Justin Liger, Manobu Nakashiki, however that's pronounced, and Ron the Truth Killen's a bit of a surprise one. But they're all in the Hall of Fame. So that's basically that kind of stuff. Other things we could maybe look at in the news archive would just kind of be other stuff they've got in here. Results, company news, new companies, there's none I believe. We'll just confirm that. Yep, no new companies, so it's still there's like 87 odd in this, so there's quite a few there. Obviously the signings will be a lot everywhere, so I'm not going to go through that just yet, that'll be in a different video. But the other stuff we're going to look at here quickly is the company wars to show you who's top, and it's PWG that lead the way, followed by CMLL. Dragon Gate's just behind them with WWE down as a cult company in number 4. BJW, AIW, and WXW in New Japan follow them, followed by AAA and Dragon Gate. And TNA is way down here after CZW, JCW, and WSO. NXT's in 18th, which is decent. And for the Scottish fans, way down here, in 70th place is ICW. Still under Mark Dallas. The roster's pretty familiar, it's the usual suspects there. That's good to see that they're still there and still doing okay, hopefully continually growing at a decent rate. And the last thing I'm going to check in this video will be your PW500 and your end of year awards before we look at the companies individually in future videos. So I'm just going to quickly go to 2013, which was already in game. 2014 saw Bryan Danielson be the top wrestler, followed by Cena, Jericho, Jacobs, Orton, AJ, DJ's, Dolph Ziggler, no I said DJ there, Kazuki Okada, Wyndham Rotunda, and Sheamus in the top 10. 2005 seen Kevin Steen, Davey Richards, Chris Hero, Matt Jackson, Rocky Romero, Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, Okada, Jake Christ in the WWE now, and AJ by the top 10. 2016 saw Jimmy Jacobs, Kevin Steen, Mike Bennett, Davey Richards, Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe, Rob Conway, who's done really well for himself, Rocky Romero, Homicide and Adam Cole make the top 10. 2017, AJ, Jesse AAA, who I'm not too sure who this actually is. I'm just going to look at his employment history. I think he might be a new generated wrestler, unless somebody knows who he is. Doesn't seem to have any relationships apart from with Shad Gaspard. It could be my lack of knowledge, but who knows. So that's the second one. Rocky Romero, Briscoes, Colt Cabana, Davey Richards, Johnny Gargano, Alex Kozlov and Roderick Strong. In 2018, AJ, Jesse in there again. Well, he must be a real wrestler because he was in 173rd place in 2013, but I'm not aware of him, so apologies. But Kevin Martel, Mike Mondo, Jake Christ, Genki Horiguchi, Rocky Romero, Devin Cutter, Daisuke Sasaki and Mark Briscoe make the top 10. This is kind of changing regardless when you see WWE's went down and PWG etc. starting to take over. Following year, David Richards, Mark Briscoe, Drew Galloway is third in the world, and Jirilla, Big Brodus Clay, Tyrus, whatever you want to call him, 4th place. Devin Cutter, Tommaso Ciampa, Tiger Raj Singh aka Jinder Mahal, AJ Styles, Roderick Strong, and another good performance from Rob Conway. And I believe, yep, we won't get 2020 until the end of the year, so it's pretty decent. So it's all over the place there, but it's just interesting to see which wrestlers are making it into the top 500 and especially the top 10. End of year awards, Wrestler of the Year went Danielson, Steen, Jacobs, AJ twice, and then Davey Richards. Tag Team of the Year, this will be interesting, when Joe Inoue and Tyler Black, which I'm assuming is Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and it was Tenzin and Kojima, the Bucks, then the Briscoes, Jacobs and Steen, Martel and Avalon, and then Mark Briscoe with Roderick Strong. Young Wrestler of the Year, Rich Swann won it twice. I'm not too sure on the rest of them, but Dachi Hashimoto, I think the rest maybe new gents, maybe not. Judging by the age, it would suggest that they are. Veteran, Rob Conway's got 2, Chris Jericho's got 2, MVP and Ultimo Guerrero. Female Wrestler of the Year was basically Cheerleader Melissa, and then the last 4 years it's been Candice LeRae. Independent Wrestler went from Sin Caras, Minoru, Takayashi Sasaki, Tiger's Mask, Pere Guerrero Jr. and then Picasso. Company of the Year went WWE twice, Ring of Honor, Dragon Gate USA / Evolve twice, and then Ring of Honor in 2019. Most Improved Company, no winner, followed by BJW, PWG, AIW and CMLL, followed by PWA. Match of the Year, this will be interesting, Jericho v Lesnar on SmackDown, David Richards v Roderick Strong, Kevin Steen and David Richards against Jimmy Jacobs and Homicide, so a lot of Ring of Honor stuff. Sima and Shingo Tagaki against Genki Horiguchi and Daisuke Sasaki. Dean Ambrose defeating Jake Christ, so getting that big push on WWE. And David Richards and Drew Galloway defeating Roderick Strong and Mark Briscoe. Card of the Year, we've had WWE Hell in a Cell, New Japan Anniversary, ROH Border Wars, Dragon Gate USA Uprising, Evolve 5 and PWG Caged Ambition. Manager of the Year, Heyman won it, then Julie Rose twice, Bradley Macy, Amy DeMar and Megumi Yabutoshita. Announcer of the Year, Mike Tenay won it in 2014, followed by Michi Chiba for 4 years, and then Billy Kirkwood of ICW in the 5th year. That's awesome to see. Colour commentator, Brian Josey, Paul Heyman, Tomoko Hokusai, James Morgan, Triple H, and then Soichi Ichimiya, which is interesting to see. And finally, referee, Mike Kyoda, Charles Robinson, El Hijo de Tarantes, Keith Harris twice, and then Yukinoro Matsue. So that's all your awards rounded up. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'll say there will be a couple more videos where I'm going to look at the results from WWE WrestleMania 36, and we'll go over the WWE history, who's the championships, who's the top dogs now, who's been released, where they are now, all stuff like that. And we'll do one for TNA, and we'll probably cover PWG as well, purely because they are the main company in this save in the future. So thanks for tuning in. If you've ever done a watch or save yourself, guys, please in the comment sections below let me know how it went with yours. You know what I mean? If you've done a save your miles in the future, let me know how the wrestling industry is being affected in your game. honestly, I'm more than happy to listen and see what you put. I'm hoping after we get a couple of videos done, I might start my own company. I think my reputation allows me to get 2 jobs, but none of them are decent enough to to let me really get into it. So I might start my own company, use the other wrestlers that are unemployed, and try and get a decent wee company out of it. So thanks for joining, guys. Even if you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button. I mean, why not? Put a like button, hit the like button as well if you want, guys, or hit the dislike button. It's completely up to you. And until next time, take it easy. I'll see you again for some total extreme wrestling. Bye bye.